Imagine this. You're behind the wheel of an 80,000-pound semi-truck, hauling cargo through the heart of Tornado Alley. The sky darkens, the wind picks up, and suddenly, sirens blare. A monstrous twister is forming in the distance, barreling straight toward the highway. Do you keep driving? Do you pull over? And if you're caught in the storm, how do you survive? Every year, thousands of truckers face the ultimate weather challenge, driving through Tornado Alley, a region notorious for its violent storms. Stretching across Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, and parts of the Midwest, this area sees over 1,200 tornadoes annually, more than anywhere else on Earth. In today's video, we'll take you inside the most extreme trucking experiences ever recorded in Tornado Alley. We'll break down real-life stories of truckers who survived deadly storms, explore the most dangerous highways for tornadoes, and reveal life-saving tips that could mean the difference between making it out alive or getting swept away. If you think trucking is just about long highways and heavy loads, think again. This is survival at its most intense. Buckle up, because this journey is about to take us straight into the eye of the storm. Truckers navigating through Tornado Alley face one of the most unpredictable and deadly forces of nature. Unlike snowstorms or heavy rain, tornadoes can form within minutes, leaving drivers with little time to react. And when you're hauling a fully loaded semi, a sudden wind gust of over 100 miles per hour can be enough to tip your truck over like a toy. One of the most infamous tornado disasters involving truckers happened on Interstate 40 near El Reno, Oklahoma in 2013. A massive EF5 tornado, the most powerful classification, tore through the highway, flipping multiple 18-wheelers and sending debris flying at deadly speeds. Some drivers managed to abandon their trucks and take cover, while others weren't so lucky. What makes Tornado Alley so dangerous for truckers? It's not just the twisters themselves. It's the flat, open landscape that provides no shelter. Most of these highways stretch across endless plains, meaning there's nowhere to hide when a storm hits. While cars might have a chance to outrun a tornado, a fully loaded truck can't maneuver quickly enough to escape its path. Let's talk about the most dangerous highways for tornadoes. If you're a trucker driving through these routes, you need to be extra vigilant during storm season. Interstate 35 runs from Texas through Oklahoma and Kansas, a hotspot for violent twisters. Interstate 40 stretches across multiple tornado-prone states, including Oklahoma and Arkansas. Highway 81, known as the Tornado Highway, this route in Kansas has been hit by multiple EF4 and EF5 tornadoes. Interstate 70 crosses Colorado, Kansas, and Missouri, regions that frequently see deadly supercells. One of the scariest scenarios for any trucker is being caught on an open highway with no exit in sight. Imagine you're hauling a load down I-35 when the sky turns pitch black and the wind starts shaking your rig. Your weather alert warns of a tornado touchdown just miles ahead. What do? Rule number 1, never try to outrun a tornado. Tornadoes can travel at speeds of up to 70 miles per hour, while most trucks max out at 65 miles per hour, meaning you won't win that race. Instead, you need to make a split-second decision. If you see an underpass nearby, pull over and seek shelter underneath. If you're in open terrain, leave your truck and find the lowest possible area, a ditch or depression. If you can't escape, stay buckled inside your truck, crouch below the dashboard, and cover your head. Veteran truckers know that weather awareness is key to survival. Before starting a trip through Tornado Alley, professionals check Doppler radar, listen to no AA weather alerts, and identify possible shelter points along the route. Some drivers even modify their rigs with reinforced windshields and emergency survival kits in case they get caught in a disaster. But sometimes no amount of preparation is enough. Let's look at another real-life story that proves just how unpredictable these storms can be. On May 25, 2008, trucker Bill Adams was hauling a load of steel along Highway 81 in Kansas when his radio crackled with an urgent warning. A tornado was forming nearby. Within minutes, the wind picked up and hail the size of baseballs started slamming against his windshield. Bill had been through bad weather before, but this was different. He could see the funnel cloud forming in the distance, rapidly growing in size. He checked his mirrors. There was no safe exit, and the storm was closing in fast. He knew he had to make a decision. Instead of trying to outrun it, he remembered his training. He pulled over, grabbed his emergency bag, and sprinted toward a drainage ditch on the side of the road. He barely made it in time. Just seconds later, the tornado ripped his 80,000-pound semi off the ground and threw it 200 feet into a nearby field. The terrifying part? When Bill returned to check his truck after the storm passed, he found his windshield completely shattered, his cab flattened, and his trailer twisted like a piece of paper. If he had stayed inside, he wouldn't have survived. This is why knowing tornado survival tactics is essential for truckers. Many make the mistake of thinking their truck's weight will keep them safe, but in reality, tornadoes have been known to lift entire train cars, let alone a semi-truck. Another deadly threat that truckers face in Tornado Alley isn't just the tornadoes themselves. It's the destructive winds and hailstorms that accompany them. Take straight-line winds, for example. These are powerful gusts that can exceed 100 miles per hour, often strong enough to tip a truck onto its side. Unlike tornadoes, which have a twisting motion, these winds hit with full force in a single direction, knocking over anything in their path. And then there's hail, something many truckers underestimate. In the worst storms, hailstones can reach the size of softballs, smashing through windshields, denting metal trailers, and even causing fatal accidents when drivers lose visibility. In 2011, a trucker on Interstate 70 near Topeka, Kansas, found himself trapped in a severe hailstorm. Within minutes, his windshield was completely shattered, and he had to pull over, using his coat to shield himself from the flying glass. Hail may seem like a minor inconvenience, but in Tornado Alley, it can turn deadly fast. So, how can truckers stay safe? It starts with advanced preparation and real-time weather tracking. Here are some life-saving tips for any driver traveling through Tornado Alley. Download weather alert apps that provide real-time tornado warnings. Avoid night driving during storm season. Most tornadoes are harder to see in the dark. Plan alternate routes in case major highways are shut down due to extreme weather. Keep emergency supplies in your cab, including a first aid kit, flashlight, and protective gear. Some trucking companies have even started equipping rigs with reinforced windows, emergency weather radios, and onboard storm tracking systems to keep drivers safe. In an industry where delays mean lost revenue, many truckers take unnecessary risks to meet their deadlines. But in Tornado Alley, that can be a fatal mistake. Imagine this. You're driving through Oklahoma on a clear afternoon, hauling a load of freight. Suddenly, the sky turns a deep, eerie green, a classic warning sign of a tornado. Your radio beeps with an emergency alert. Tornado warning in your area. Seek shelter immediately. You glance at your GPS. The nearest town is 30 miles away. Too far to reach in time. The wind starts shaking your truck, and debris begins flying across the highway. This is the moment that separates those who are prepared from those who panic. In that critical moment, your survival depends on the choices you make. Do you keep driving, hoping to outrun the storm? Or do you pull over and take cover before it's too late? Every year, truckers face these split-second decisions in Tornado Alley, and not all of them make it out alive. The reality is, tornadoes, hailstorms, and extreme winds don't care about deadlines, freight schedules, or delivery routes. Nature is unpredictable, and even the most experienced truckers can find themselves in life or death situations. That's why it's crucial to stay informed, stay prepared, and always put safety first. The best truckers aren't just skilled at handling big rigs. They know how to read the sky, track storms, and make the right call when danger strikes. If you've ever driven through Tornado Alley or experienced extreme weather on the road, share your story in the comments. We'd love to hear how you handled it. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more extreme trucking stories, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next video.